Welcome to the Washington football pregame show. Of course, your Washington football team must-win game against the Philadelphia Eagles later tonight. I am Darren Haynes alongside Charlotte McBride. I always get confused like where you actually are. But like I said, must-win game. And of course, this is the greatest part of this show is that you, the fans, get to join in on the conversation on our Facebook page. I want you to comment below. And let's just be real, because if you lived here in the D.C. area, you know the most D.C. thing is for the Washington football team in a must-win game, last game of the season, they choke.
Don't even say it.
I won't say it. I'm done saying it.
Don't speak those words.
How concerned are you, the fans, that Washington may not get it done, or are you confident that they will get it done? Comment on our Facebook page. Charla, what do you think?
Well, you know I'm always confident Kathy here on this show.
You are?
I do believe that they're going to get it done today. I think they have all the tools needed to get it done. They've really been buying into Ron Rivera's team and everything that he's been preaching this season to this team. Ron Rivera believes this team is already a success, even if they lose, because he is so proud of what they've already accomplished. He's been telling the media that all week long. But they have everything. They're good to go. They are healthy. That's the key word here. They're healthy. The Eagles are not. They have Alex Smith. They have Terry McLaurin. They have Antonio Gibson. Everyone is good to go today, and I think they're going to get it done at the link.
So here's my biggest thing, and don't even show the video. I want you to see how serious I am in this.
Okay,
the Washington football team needs to stop playing those games and get out to a good start. We cannot rely on this football team to have a good second half, which they always do. However, not scoring in their first drive throughout the entire season. Matter of fact, it's been like 17 straight weeks.
It's a problem.
Which is the longest active streak in the NFL. They're the only NFL team that has yet to score a touchdown on their opening drive. And they haven't scored any points, Charlotte, in the first quarter in their last 5 games.
They need to change that today, especially
they got to
at
change it
Philadelphia.
today. There's no tomorrow if they lose.
And, I mean, they're going up against Jalen Hurts, and we know what he can do. We've seen what he's been able to do the last few weeks. And I think they're going up against this Philly team that they want to play spoiler. It's the Philadelphia Eagles. They want nothing more to win this football game. So I think that Washington has to come out, as you said. They need to finally score on their first drive, if not in the first quarter, not take the lead early in this game, which they haven't done all season long.
We want to know, you, the fans, how do you feel about this game? Must-win game. If Washington wins, they beat the Philadelphia Eagles. They are in the postseason for the first time since the 2015-16 season. We have a great show for you. We have Suited or Booted, which Charlotte McBride always loves. Also, we are joined by one of the biggest anchors in Philly, because he feels like his Philadelphia Eagles are going to beat the Washington football team. We will debate against him. And, of course, we're going to hear from some of your football players, even the head coach, Ron Rivera, on this particular game coming up tonight. Now, this is my prediction on this before we hear from Ron Rivera. The fact that this Washington football team, everything that they went through, from changing the name, if it's the scandals, which was a horrible thing, getting rid of Darius Geis, getting rid of Dwayne Haskins, getting rid of Adrian Peterson, Ron Rivera going through cancer, Alex Smith, life-threatening injury, which we'll talk about in a little bit.
We've had plenty of storylines to cover.
So many storylines, but most of the storylines are like, you know what? Let's finish this movie, this comeback story for this Washington football team that has been the laughingstock of the NFL for so long, making the playoffs. And I think that's what Ron Rivera's message on how he felt going into this must-win game.
I'm ecstatic about where we are. I am. I'm fired up about it. Why? Because, you know, to me, it's bright. What we did, we accomplished a lot. I mean, I saw, you know, the preseason predictions where people predicted we weren't going to win more than 3 games. Okay, I saw those things. The point just being is that we're not expected. So this, to me, this is house money. That's the way I'm going to look at it. You know, because I want our guys to understand we came a long way. We did, in spite of everything that happened in 2020. This football team has come a long way. Can we go further? I hope so. I really do. I hope on Sunday we get a chance to go further. Because it'll be also part of the learning process. It'll be another step in the learning process. I would love for this young group to be able to say, yeah, man, it was crazy going into the playoffs and doing this, that, and the other thing, because that's part of the learning process. That's another step. So is it exciting? Hell yes, it is. It really, truly is.
Well, it's really exciting, especially when you see what's at stake, because it's been a long time since Washington has done anything in regards to the postseason, but it would be their first NFC East title since that 2015-16 season. Just a third division champion with a losing record since 2002. And of course, What's the greatest part about winning your division? You get to host a playoff game, and Washington hasn't done that since 2016, Charlotte.
And looking at that, the third division champion with a losing record since 2002, of course, we know that Ron Rivera was able to take his former team, the Panthers, to the playoffs with a losing record. He was the last guy to do it. So here he is again, the same exact situation. He's taken this team that was once 2-7 to start this year. 2-7. We were out here. You had a trash can you were holding up, saying the whole team was garbage, and we all agreed they were 2-7. They didn't look good. He's going to get the trash can.
I am getting the trash can. Why not? Because this is a different type of trash can. And we can talk more about it.
They've come a long way from the trash can. And here we are.
Because
they're playing for a division title tonight. It's incredible.
Because we're saying Washington was straight trash, but I turned it around.
That's right.
And I was like, you know what? They can get that trash, and you can recycle and make something much better out of it. And they took that 2-7 record.
That's
I think
right.
they even started off 1-5, I believe.
It was awful.
They took that awful record, put it in the trash, and it came out. And next thing you know, we're a must-win game. They can make the playoffs.
It's like you said, it's a movie script that just hasn't been written, but hopefully it ends well tonight for Washington. So let's take a look at the playoff odds. What are their chances? Here we go. Odds to make the playoffs. Well, as we know, a win and they're in. So right now, it says 54% for Washington football, but the New York Giants, now they won today. They are sitting there on their couches tonight watching this game. They are hoping for a loss. As you know, the Giants beat Washington twice in the regular season. So the Giants obviously will get in if Washington loses.
That's a horrible way to go out.
Yeah.
What's so funny is, and I grew up a Giants fan, we hated the Philadelphia Eagles, but like all the Giants fans right now, which is so bizarre and odd and awkward for them, are cheering on their division rival. But why not? That's their only ticket so far to get into the postseason.
Washington's in a good spot because they control their own destiny. They win and they're in. That's it. It's all on Washington.
Washington is in a better spot because there's a quarterback by the name of Alex Smith, Charlotte. I don't know if you've heard of him. Yeah,
yes.
Of course you've heard of him. But what an amazing story for him who has missed a few weeks with the calf injury. And you can explain more about everything that he has gone through, Charlotte.
It's really just been an incredible journey. 2 years ago, as we know, he suffered that horrific leg injury, the compound fracture. He almost lost his leg and he almost lost his life as it became infected. 17 surgeries later, he went through 2 years of rehab, learning to walk again, learning to run again, and then making it back on this football field again. It's been an incredible journey to see what he's been able to do. And I've said it before, Darren, it's one thing to be walking and running around and to be able to heal from this kind of injury, but it's another thing to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League and to be winning football games. He is 4-1 with Washington this year when he has been starting those games, so we hope he becomes 5-1 today. It's just an incredible journey, and he doesn't take it lightly. Here's what he had to say.
As a player, certainly, and especially in the game of football, toughness is a part of the game and a real part of the game. And certainly, I think every player likes to consider themselves tough and to be able to push through things and work through injury. But there's such a fine line that once you are out there and the whistle blows, this is a results-oriented game, and you really have to be accountable to your teammates, to the coaches, to everybody in this building that's depending on you. And so there's a fine line that playing through things and certainly be able to go out there, but you better be able to perform at the same time, because at the end of the day, I don't think anybody really cares what you're working through. Once you step on that field, you better be able to hold up your end.
Well, one thing about Alex Smith, he holds up his end. You're mentioning some of those numbers before, and you look at since 2018, Alex Smith is 10-5. There have been 6 other starting quarterbacks during that span, and they're combined 6-26. If you want to give the rock to a quarterback that can get it done,
he's the guy.
His name is Alex Smith, and you were explaining before what Alex Smith had to go through. And he had this external fixator around his leg. And if you don't know what it looks like, that's it on the left. And Charla.
Wow. So Liz Smith,
her husband, yeah.
Yeah, Liz Smith, that's Alex's wife. She posted this about an hour ago on Instagram, and they had an artist do this for them. So that's his leg kind of fixator, as you described it. And then on the right, it's modeled into now the Lombardi Trophy, which of course is a Super Bowl trophy. And it's a beautiful thing. And they have it now, she said, in their house. They look at this every day so that it reminds them of what he overcame and what he was able to accomplish. She also put out there on social media that for their family, he has already won. And I think a lot of people feel that way. I think I've seen a lot of things on social media saying that he would be the comeback player of the year as we believe he should be, but that maybe the award should just be named after him. Just name it the Alex Smith Award.
Yeah, so Liz put with that message, special thanks, for transforming a symbol of hard times to a trophy of triumph.
That's exactly what it is.
Now, if you look at the NFC East, the last team from the NFC East to win a Super Bowl were the Philadelphia Eagles. And,
Yes.
And that's who they need to beat. And there's a lot at stake when it comes down to the Washington football team taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. And obviously, if they can beat the Eagles, which is crazy, it'll be their first win in Philly since 2016.
That's hard to believe.
I think it was December 11th, 2016.
Wow.
So it's been a minute. And remember, they, like you mentioned, they beat the Dallas Cowboys. They swept the Cowboys this year. They beat the Eagles week 1. If they can sweep the Eagles and Cowboys, that's the first time since 2012.
This is a new team.
It is a new team. It's also a different team than what we saw
Wow.
week 1 for the Eagles and the Washington football team. And with that, as we hype up Philly doing so well, winning a Super Bowl and what they've done against the Washington football team, let's bring in CBS sports anchor Don Bell. Don, we hyped you up, man. We said you're the last NFC East team to win a Super Bowl. Obviously, Washington hasn't done that much in Philly, but Charlotte and I are right here, and we brought you on for one particular reason. We want you to tell us why you feel like your Philadelphia Eagles are going to beat our Washington football team tonight.
That's not the reason why you brought me on here. Let's be honest. You really brought me on here so you guys can gang up on me and talk all the trash you possibly can.
A little bit of that.
Hey, happy 2021 to you guys as well.
He still didn't explain why they're going to beat us. Because it's a new
so
year?
let me start you off with this. I think that this team has a different gear with Jalen Hurts as quarterback, right? You didn't see it last week when they were playing in Dallas. They got out to a 14-0 lead, and then they just got bombarded the rest of the way. But Jalen had 4 total touchdowns against Arizona, and obviously pulled off the upset of the Saints here in Philadelphia, snapping in that team's 10-game winning streak. One of the things I like here tonight is the fact that, listen, they've got nothing to lose in this scenario. Nobody really expects anything from them as a 4-win team. And I think that you're going to see a lot of guys going out there really playing for jobs. I know it's an old cliche in the NFL, but you know what the league stands for, not for long. People are really looking for jobs. And I think it's the national stage. Why not tonight? Why not here in Philadelphia?
You want me to get him, Charlotte?
Darren's ready.
Or you want me to get him? Yeah, you better fix your IFB. You better make sure you hear me nice and clear. Listen, I'm a big guy that numbers never lie. And one thing about Philly in regards to your run defense, you're ranked 24th in the NFL right now. We have a guy by the name Antonio Gibson who can run all over you guys. Also, you guys have allowed, I believe it was like maybe 500 total yards of offense in the last 2 weeks or something like that. Basically, your defense is suspect, my man. And we can have the way our offense works, if we play the right way, it's going to be a long day for your Philadelphia Eagles. I don't care if you guys are trying to win a job or anything like that. The numbers never. Don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. The numbers never lie, my man. Go ahead, Charlotte.
Listen, I'm going to say this. I think you're 100% right. There's not a whole lot to really puff up my chest about when talking about the Philadelphia Eagles. But I will say this. They call it the NFC Least for a reason. I don't think any team in this division could walk in and think that they deserve a win, right? Washington has how many wins? 6 wins. We're not talking about the Patriots here. Tom Brady's not walking through that door. Theismann is not walking through that door. So you really can't go to bat too hard for your team here.
Oh, okay.
I had something to say,
but he has some
but
fighting words, but okay, wait.
Charlotte, go ahead, Charlotte.
I'm gonna transition just a little. I have a question for you. Okay, so as you probably heard all week, Doug Peterson has been saying things like, we've got to have a no hat rule this week. We can't let opponents put division win hats on at the link. So who's under more pressure, Don? Washington's must win game, or is it the Eagles? Do they have to live up to Coach Peterson's rule?
I tell you what, it's so interesting because I think both teams are really trying to downplay the pressure of the moment. I heard you guys play Ron Rivera, and he's like, nobody expected anything of us. Go play light and loose. It's definitely football team, right? Because they have an opportunity to actually win something here and win a division that they haven't won in quite some time. This would be a great achievement for so many involved there. So I think it is a bigger win and more pressure for a football team. As far as the Eagles are concerned, whether they put the hats on and the championship T-shirts or not, Who cares, man? Really, at the end of the day, I think a lot of people here not inside that locker room are really hoping for a better draft pick.
All right, valid. And I got to agree with you because I believe there's a lot more pressure on the Washington football team. They are the ones playing for the division. They are the ones with everything on the line. They have so much more to lose. You're right. Who cares about a couple of hats on the field? I think that the Washington football team, they need this win. They want this win. And I think they have that drive tonight. And I think they're going to do it. So we got to have a little wager, right, Darren?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do it. Mm-hmm. So you want me to? I'll present it. How about that? The loser of tonight's game has to wear the winner's logo on their facial mask for a week.
Ooh.
Oh.
So that basically what I'm saying, you need to purchase a Washington football
and walk
facial mask
all
on.
around Philadelphia.
Walk
with
all
it.
around. Get you a Philly cheesesteak.
Here's the cheap shot of the day. I think I could actually wear that all around town and people wouldn't know what it was anyway.
Oh.
When you have a whole branded new organization, Washington football,
Put the jokes
people
in the
are really
trash.
like, oh, they're going to be looking at that. Washington who? What high school is that? So we're not really worried about that. If I lose it, I will definitely wear that thing with pride around town, and I think I'll be okay.
They're going to know who they are after tonight. I'll tell you that much.
Ooh, I like the comeback.
Well, it's not a comeback. It's actually pretty much a fact if you look at history, because you know what? Washington in like playoff clinching games, season finale, they're 8-4, but they're 3-0 against the Philadelphia Eagles. Yeah, we drop nuggets on this show, Don.
Dropping dimes.
We drop nuggets.
I will say this before you let me go. I in this business, you don't make a living rooting against the home team, but I am looking forward to a Washington win tonight because I think they really deserve it. Ron Rivera is one of the real good guys in this business. And Alex Smith, how could you not cheer for him? I want him to do well. That guy has gone through a whole lot. So there is a piece of the W here in my heart for Washington tonight. So good luck to you guys.
I appreciate that. Well,
thank you.
Well said. He just doesn't want to wear the mask. Nah, Don, we appreciate you for joining us. It's always good. Don Bell from CBS in Philadelphia. We will see you next season for another debate. All right, now
Take care, guys. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you
you.
too. All right, now it's time for the fun part of the game, Charlotte. This is what you always look forward to.
My favorite segment.
Your favorite.
My favorite.
It's called Suit It or Boot It. Of course, the Washington football team, when they arrive in Philadelphia, they're always rocking their swag, the best stitches, their Sunday's best.
It really is their Sunday best.
It is.
Oh, love it.
So we decided to show you what they're rocking. And we're going to start off first with Montez Sweat. Suit it or boot it. I don't know. It's all red. Suit it or boot it. What do you think?
It's real sharp and it's tailored perfectly. We've said earlier times on the show that, the suit, it's a blah because it doesn't fit. This fits. So it's sharp. I
So
like it. And I always go for the red. So I'm going to say suit it. And you got to look at that Louis Vuitton luggage. That's a suit it.
See, now I'm going to say boot it. My man looking like a dang on checkers board. So I'm going to say boot it. Too much red for me. I like to dress to impress, but that's just a little bit too flashy for me.
Okay.
Montez Sweat, please don't blindside hit me like you're going to blindside hit Jalen Hurts today. Our next person, who's like a regular on suited or booted.
Yeah, he really is.
Is Chase Young. So this is what Chase Young was rocking today. And Charlotte, you already told me you already like what he was rocking.
Okay, look at the Beats headphones, guys. They also double as earmuffs. Yeah.
Didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that was a thing, but it's January. It's cold out there. So it's fashionable and it's practical. Yes.
See, low key, Chase Young may be like an undercover model. Because look, I mean, he's not even looking at the camera. I'm going to say suited. Yes, I like the earphones. I'm going to say suit anyways. But the fact that he's throwing up the peace sign and not even looking at the camera, he knew someone was going to take a picture of him.
Yep.
So let me give him the profile.
And is that a velvet coat? I don't know. It looks nice.
It may be velvet. All I know is that velvet coat probably costs 10 times more than the earphones. I will say that. Our last guy on Suited or Booted is the running back for the Washington football team, Antonio Gibson. And listen, he's an advertisement for every luxury brand of clothing.
Every single brand right there. We got the Gucci backpack. We got the Louis Vuitton luggage right there. We got the Christian Louboutin sneakers. You can't really see it, but the belt.
There.
The belt is Burberry.
Yeah, that's
then
$500 belt there.
The Olive Garden. That's a suit it right there.
That's $35.95.
He's bringing some Olive Garden on the plane. He's a winner.
So
I'll tell you that much.
listen,
Breadsticks, salad. Yep.
I'm torn on the suited or booted here because it's one, I'm saying booted because you know me, I'm not cheap, but I'm frugal, and the bag, the
Don't
Louis,
be jelly.
Listen, the Louis bag has got to be about like $2,500, $3,000, probably
Yeah.
more than that. The shoes are probably about $1,500, $2,000. The belt is $500. I Googled it. The Gucci backpack, who knows how much that costs? I mean,
And we don't even know the suit brand.
if the suit,
I like it. It's flashy, but I like it.
I'll say suited as well, just because because of Olive Garden, because it was just totally random. So I'll say suited as well. All right, so you, the Facebook fans, make sure you comment below. We've had a great time in this show. You heard from Don Bell in Philadelphia. But this must-win game for the Washington football team. I want you to comment below because your time is coming up where we're going to read your comments, give you a shout-out. Let us know how you really feel. Until then, Steven Sims Jr., who actually had some drops just recently, got a chance to catch up with him to talk about everything but football. If you can switch bodies with any player on this team, who would you switch bodies with to live their life for a day?
I would say Alex Smith.
Okay, why Alex Smith? That's interesting.
He has the most money on the team.
If you can pick one dish, would you pick your mother's chicken lasagna or would you pick your grandmother's smothered pork chops?
My grandmother smothered pork chops. And that's the honest truth. I tell my mama that to her face. I love it to death.
You're stranded on an island. You can only wear one of these two items. A Cowboys jersey or a Manville High School jersey.
Manville High School. My family's from Louisiana, so I grew up a Saints fan, so I've always hated the Cowboys.
If you can be any animal, what animal would you be?
I would say a shark. I have a shark tatted on me because the only thing on the mind of a shark is eat. So, that's kind of my daily mindset.
Does anybody tell you that you have a celebrity look-alike?
No, they don't.
Okay.
Never heard that one.
All right, my last question will be
I lied. I was pretty young, probably like in high school, early high school. They said I might have looked like Reggie Bush a little bit, but I never seen him.
if you can hit one person on this team, one player, just boom.
Hit him hard, too.
Hit him hard. Who would that be?
Probably J.D. McKissick. And I feel like he probably picked me. He's locker right next to mine. We talk crap to each other all day.
All right, so let's welcome in now the fans on our particular show to let us know how y'all really feel as it's a must-win game for the Washington football team in Charlotte. I'm hearing there's a lot of positive comments out there.
Yes, we got a lot of positive. Go Washington football team. Go Alex, says Dana Decker. We have We Believe from Bonnie. We have Devin Loy saying let's go. A lot of positivity. Yeah, baby, says Tremata Peters. I think a lot of people are very excited for this game. Jamie Shepard says we got this. Let's go. We have a lot of let's go. So I think, a lot of people are just pumped up. It's Sunday Night Football. It's prime time. This is the last game of the regular season. This is it, a win, and they're in. Let's go. Like Charlotte was mentioning earlier, Washington has a 54% chance of making it into the postseason. If they win, of course, they are division champs as well. First time since the 15-16 season. We also have Baseball Adventures. I guess it's Vincent M. Scott. But he was mentioning about Alex Smith's performance, and he was rusty at first. Now he's been out for a little bit with that injury. What kind of Alex Smith should we expect in this particular game? Because he hasn't played since San Francisco. I think he left, in the first quarter or something like that? So what Alex Smith will show up? What Alex Smith do you think will show up? I think he's going to be better and improved. Hearing what he had to say on Wednesday, he was able to talk to the media, and he was talking about his rehab and what he's been doing these last few weeks. And he wanted to make sure that he was 100% before he took the field. He said he was so close last week. He was almost there, but he wanted to make sure that he was the best he could be, and he was at his best self, and that's where he is today. So I feel like the Alex Smith that's going to go out there will be the Alex Smith that we saw go 4-1 during this regular season. I think they wanted to keep Alex Smith out and use him if they really needed to. I think they kept their mind on this. We need to prepare ourselves for the postseason. Let's try to save Alex if we can. I think Alex Smith probably could have played last week. Yeah, he said he was close. He probably could have if it was a desperate situation. But they knew it was a must-win game, but yet it wasn't a must-win game. They still had some room to spare, but now it's a must-win game. And I feel like a guy like Alex Smith, he was a #1 overall pick back in the day for a particular reason. Yeah, 15 years ago.
Yeah,
wow.
But he's still playing like like it was 15 years ago. So I feel like that Alex Smith, that competitor, the same guy who we saw bounce back from that injury, that drive that he has to overcome those particular odds, I think Alex Smith is going to go out there and absolutely ball. And usually, you know me, I come on this show. I guess I'm segueing this into our predictions.
Yeah.
I guess I can go first. You want me to go first? I usually go ladies first. You want me to go first?
Sure, go first. You're ready. You're ready. You're feeling it.
All right, I am feeling it right now. No, I really feel like this Oh, yeah, play that music.
Oh,
play the music. Go ahead. I'll take the music today. Thank you, Melissa. It's our director in the DJ booth. Let that beat drop. All right, so this is why I feel like the Washington football team will win today. When you look at Alex Smith and everything that he overcame and everything throughout the season in regards to Ron Rivera having cancer, and so many people, like Ron Rivera said, doubted this particular football team. And as a witness on this show, I am one of them. I was a guy who was like, why are you benching Dwayne Haskins? Are you crazy? He just came off a career game. This team cannot make the playoffs because they're 1-5 at that particular time. And Ron Rivera looks like a genius, and me look like an idiot because he proved me wrong. And because of that, and because Ron Rivera has literally changed this franchise around, they will get this win against the Philadelphia Eagles. And I'm going to say it's going to be 32-14. Washington
32-14.
I don't need the break dance this time.
No.
I'm
Okay.
32-14.
I agree with
that beat.
everything that you just said, and I think there's power behind the Rivera Strong statement, the movement. This team has rallied behind their coach. We've heard many of them say things. Chase Young has said before that when his coach was at his weakest moment, that it taught them how to rally and how to be strong for each other and for this team. Darren's getting emotional over there. But really, in all seriousness, the story is amazing. And I think, you know, as Don even said, we love to see it. It's inspirational for so many people. Alex Smith is truly the definition of inspiration. I hope he wins Comeback Player of the Year award. I think he deserves it. I think they should name the award after him. I don't think we've seen anybody accomplish what he's been able to accomplish from what he's been through. And I think this team wants it. They can taste it. They're going to win. They're going to win big at the Link tonight. I am saying 28-10.
Okay, so big wins. There you go. We said it. The Washington football team will win tonight against the Philadelphia Eagles because we say so. Thank you, everyone, for joining in on our Facebook page. Remember, watch Get Up See tomorrow morning because we're going to have a post-game show like no other. It's must-see TV. Also, right after the game, you might as well watch us live at 11 o'clock on WSA 9. So right after the game ends, flip the channel, come to us. We will have post-game reaction. We'll give you stats, info that you've never seen before because we hold it down here all the time.
And hopefully we'll be hearing from a winning coach and a winning quarterback.
We will be hearing from a winning coach. Don't try to put a negativity in there.
I'm not. Positive vibes.
Appreciate y'all. See you after the win, postseason edition.